Good evening, grifters and assembled survivors from across the wastes.
We have all the information we need to figure out which are the most likely targets to turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through who these folks are, and then I am going to basically present that in a graphical format that should be easy to distribute. Now, top of the list, but not necessarily the most important on the list, is the Midnight Chamber. If you're familiar with what I used to do before I joined the Athenaeum, founded the Athenaeum, these people do that. They're logistics professionals. They gather information, lore. They know where all the bodies are buried. Literally, they're probably the people that helped figure out the mass grave procedures that Felvik's been using. They stuck around. These are the ones that stuck around after I left. Now, they don't have strong leadership right now. The individual that is responsible for taking care of them is Van, as far as I'm aware, and Van will be somewhere. But Van doesn't like being on the battlefield. So, Scary is the next one. More specifically, Section 128. They're Felvik's research and development team. They focus on creating nightmares. These are bad individuals, not very terrifying in a fight, but these are people that I wouldn't like out there because they make smart problems. But then again, this is up to me. I'm not mobilizing the influence that all of you have collected, all of the truth that you've been able to accumulate to sway these people, because I believe with the disturbances that everyone has created collectively, and the individuals that we've taken off the board, we can speak to these larger factions and pull away giant chunks of them. So, So I'm surprised to hear that Shaded Blade still exists. It's a name I haven't heard in a while. They're primarily assassins. They're not very picky about who they allow into their ranks, which means there's quite a few of them. Several of them are fairly scary. If we had their help, things would probably be easier. I don't want them to show up. Some of these I think we can deal with more than others. I really don't want to have to. I keep saying this. Miranda Dolan's group, Mindfuck Depot. They're not good people. They're not. They're. Yeah, I don't know. But they're very gifted scions and people that know a lot about dealing with scions. So they're really good at making sure that scions are either not a problem or they're your main problem. I think Miranda's in custody right now with the Memoria pits. So they might be a little easier to sway because of that. Voss Villainy. I'm really surprised to see that these particular dirtbags came back into the fold, because they're one of the reasons that all of this nonsense started in the first place. They will be really easy to, compared to everyone else, they'll probably be pretty easy to get out of this fight. Not free licks, but they'll be pretty easy. Mayhem management. So I know that one of the twins has been recently taken care of, so it's going to be easier for Mayhem to be brought off the field, changing their opinion about everything. I don't know. They're sappers, saboteurs. They're a problem, and they're good at what they do. But as long as we're not defending a place, Mayhem might not be a big problem for us. Diamond Drillers, similar situation with Mayhem. They're industrial experts, but they can't do combat. However, they haven't lost any of their people, so they'll probably be a little harder to come across, like pull them away from the fight, because they're pretty loyal. Now, getting them away would mean, I know that there have been people kind of striking out on their own, building settlements, having the drillers as people that are on the Sequoia side. Like if they were to completely change their plans, it's very likely that things will get easier for settlement development. I don't know how long that would last, but it would be useful for some folks. The Dreaded. It's Eovan's group. He's still kicking. They're not the scariest, but there's a lot of them, and they'll fill a field. And after and from what I've heard, they're still pretty loyal. Cut Purse. So way back in the day, Sequoia Waste's underworld. Basically the people that steal things and sell things that are stolen, used to be primarily comprised of Cut Purse. And Cut Purse is all Final Knights. Specifically Final Knights that are, had Final Knight leadership, and now they're kind of doing their own thing within the host. They're useful. They're not super scary, but they're still pretty loyal. This last one, though. This last one could be problematic. Sanguine Reach is the Red Left Hand's personal retinue. They're talented, they're well-trained, they're well-equipped, and they have no problems just destroying people. Now, it's really unlikely you're going to get red to switch. But Sanguine Reach, you might be able to flip, because they're pretty loyal to the tenants. And as you know, Felvik's not great about tenants. He's more of a what's in it for me kind of thing. So not impossible, but still pretty hard. So if I were to lay it out on the line, Voss is the easiest to get out of here. Mindfuck and Mayhem, those two, second easiest. And then it's a mixed field beyond that, with people that are increasingly loyal. I'll get out a report to optimize how you can use this stuff, but Stay ready.